Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful morning this morning in St. Augustine. We literally are enjoying the calm before the storm. My name is Brian Bliss, and I'm broadcasting live this morning from the Motor Vessel Endurance at the Concourse Marina up Salt Run this morning. And broadcasting live for the St. Augustine Cruisers Network live VHF broadcast. We do this broadcast every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on VHF channel 72. It happens at 9 o'clock. I encourage you to join in, and we have a roll call and an open forum later where you can join in and ask questions. But we do this tool to share important information with our boating and cruising community. And the most important thing we need to talk about today is our weather approaching. So this morning's broadcast is going to center around our preparations and this approaching weather that we have coming to the area. Once again, my name is Brian Bliss, and I'm with the St. Augustine Cruisers Network. And we do this broadcast, but we also have a Facebook page. It's a very useful tool for boaters and cruisers here in the St. Augustine area. It's a Facebook page. It's a private group, so we kind of screen it to keep bots or whatever out of it. But it's a very useful tool when you're cruising through St. Augustine, or if you're a resident here in St. Augustine. It's a good way to share information, and you can share like products that you're trying to sell, and you can gain information about services and products, as well as listening on the broadcast this morning. They basically are tools that work together. But I encourage you to check out that Facebook page. That's the St. Augustine Cruisers Network Facebook page. It's the private page. I'm broadcasting live this morning from the Motor Vessel Endurance. I tried to find the largest boat. This is a good friend of mine's boat. It's a big Hatteras and it has huge antennas. So with the importance of this storm today, I wanted to get to the biggest boat I could find so we could make this transmission as strong as possible, so that way people that have questions can ask questions and everyone can hear me. That way you know to be prepared. We do have significant weather coming this afternoon. Today is the day to prepare. The St. Augustine Cruisers Network Facebook page also plans local events. You can go to the Facebook page and cruise over to the events section, and there are events that that the local volunteers with the Cruisers Network will plan at local restaurants and establishments throughout St. Augustine. I encourage you to check that out. It's a good way to meet fellow cruisers. We try to do one once a week, but with this crazy weather, it's a struggle. But we are trying to get it to where we have an event once a week, maybe a couple of weeks, so that way it gives our cruisers some people to hang out with and meet like-minded individuals. But check that out on the Facebook page. That's our event section. Today being Saturday, it's so beautiful. I mean, it's going to be beautiful. The first half of this morning is gorgeous. I'm looking out over Salt Run this morning, the birds flying around, and it's just beautiful this morning. St. Augustine is such a majestic city. There's no lack of things to do here, so I want to tell you about a couple things going on today. For one, a real easy way to find out some of the activities going on at St. Augustine, I found a very useful website. It's called visitstaugustine.com. Check that out, and that gives you all kinds of information about upcoming events, festivals, the shuttle services that are here in St. Augustine. It's just a wealth of knowledge about different events and different venues going on here in St. Augustine. Check that out. That's visitstaugustine.com. I want to tell you about a really cool thing to do this morning to enjoy this beautiful day before the weather gets here, and that is the St. Augustine Amphitheater's Farmers Market that they do every Saturday morning. Every Saturday they do a farmers market at the amphitheater, and this is a great venue. I mean, it's wonderful. It's outside. There's lots of shopping. There's lots of little vendors. There's great food and just local things that you can buy. It really is a cool thing. It's got free parking. It's a short walk from the dinghy dock over by the lighthouse, or a little bike ride over the east over the Bridge of Lions. It's a great little thing. If you're a musician, take your instrument with you. They do a jam session that is second to none. It is unbelievably cool. That is the Farmers Market in St. Augustine. You want to check that out. That is that takes place every day, every Saturday from 8:30 to 12:30. Then there's another one tomorrow at the St. Augustine Classic Car Museum, which is up off of US 1. Kelly and I have yet to go to that one, so I can't really give you a lot of info on it, but I hear it's really cool, kind of the same theory as the other one. But I can definitely vouch for that one at the amphitheater. It's super cool. Kelly said it's the greatest Bloody Mary she's ever had, so check that out. That's today from 8:30 to 1:30, or about 12:30. It starts winding down around 1 o'clock. But check that out if you want veggies or fresh veggies. Get there early; they go fast. Now I want to tell you we had a winner for our trivia question that we put out on Thursday. We had our very own Captain John won the trivia question, and you are correct. It's Oglethorpe Park, and it was about an invasion at the fort in 1740, and they tried to attack the fort from over here on Davis Shores. They were unsuccessful. There's a whole history about it, but I wanted to put that out there just to remind you that St. Augustine's full of history. The whole town is a museum. So get out there and explore and check it out, and you may find a park that you did not even know existed. So I want to give a huge thanks to Captain John. Captain John's a legend here. He runs one of our large commercial boats here that you see around around St. Augustine, the double decker, the Victory. He's a very good captain. You see him out there. You know, he just sets the bar high for our commercial boating captains and stuff. So I want to say a huge thanks to Captain John for participating with that, and let you know, Captain John, you got free delivery from Anchor Eats. Whatever you want, you let me know. I'll bring it to you for free. Now, you got to purchase it separately, but I will make the drive to you for free. Thank you so much for participating. Along those lines, I'm thinking about doing a trivia night or a bingo night, and doing a broadcast in the evenings. So doing this Cruisers Network broadcast in the evenings, maybe pick an evening, maybe a Friday night or a Sunday night. I'm open for ideas on timing. You know, I was thinking maybe a 6:30, 7, something like that. Something with these cold temperatures where we can kind of huddle around in the cockpit and you can share vital information and we can play bingo or something like that. Let me know your thoughts on that. I've put a little questionnaire on the Facebook page about that. If you're interested in that, let me know. And if we get enough people interested, I'd love to get something started like that to, you know, create something for our boating family to do here on these cold nights. All right, we're going to take a break. We try to take lots of breaks here so that way people can use this channel and communicate. The fishermen use it. I doubt they're offshore. Now they're doing a lot of fishing today offshore. But we're going to take a little break. When we get back, we're going to talk about some storm preparation, and we're going to have Kelly talk to us about Anchor Eats. We're going to have our roll call. So please stand by. Brian Bliss with the St. Augustine Cruisers Network, coming to you live this morning from the Conch House Marina at Salt Run. All right, I can't overemphasize the importance today of knowing our weather. We are literally dealing with the calm before the storm right now. We're expecting severe weather, serious weather to come through here about 3 o'clock today. The winds are going to pick up out very strong. We need to be doing our preparations. If you haven't already done them before now, you need to be preparing like you would be preparing for a storm in the summertime. Now, I know a lot of our cruisers, when hurricane season comes around, they are long gone from here, so they don't usually have to deal with it. You need to think of this like a hurricane in the winter. So we're going to have strong, sustained winds. That means everything on board your boat can become a projectile, can fly into the water. You need to make all your preparations today before this storm, because after the storm gets here, you're going to be kind of riding it out. It's going to be too late to make preparations. Now we're going to have our roll call here in just a second. I'd like to take a minute. I've got Kelly Green from Anchor Eats here today with me this morning, and she's going to tell you a little bit about Anchor Eats. And remember, Anchor Eats can help you out with some of this storm preparation for today, with some of the different services and deliveries that they have. So without further ado, here's Kelly Green with Anchor Eats.
Good morning, cruisers. As you know, Anchor Eats does deliver food and a lot of other things. So today I just wanted to focus, since it's going to be really cold, on propane. Make sure you have enough propane and or enough blankets. And I just wanted to tell you about a propane company that Captain Brian found. It's Courtesy Gas on West King. They do recertify, he's talked to them, and fill the propane tanks. They're open Monday through Friday, not on Saturday or Sunday. He did say it is really not close enough to walk to, so you would have to get an Uber or have us deliver. It is $15 if you use cash to fill your propane tank, $16 with a credit card. So let me do the math really quick, like I did the other day. So if you want to just order an Uber or take the walk, I don't know how far that would be, you can put your dinghy in the water, drive to the marina, pay the $15 to dock, call an Uber, usually $8 to $10 with your tank, go to the propane company, get it filled, call the Uber again, $8 to $10, go back, put the propane tank in your dinghy, go back to your boat. Or the other option is you can just text or call us, 904-609-2628. We're also on VHF channel 69, and we will pick up your tank. We will bring it. If you need it certified, we will do that. If it just needs filled, we will do that too. We will let you know when it's done, and we will coordinate when to bring it back to you. It is your choice. It's totally up to you. It does cost $10 to $20 for that delivery. Make sure, if you are a St. Augustine resident, if you are here permanently or full-time, to let us know so you can get a locals discount. Any questions, feel free to text or call us or ask the question on channel 69 or later in the broadcast. Thanks.
Thank you, Kelly Green. That's Kelly with the Anchor Eats. That's a nautical delivery service new to St. Augustine here. It's the DoorDash on the water. They do a little bit of everything. They'll bring you hot food. They have heaters on their boats. That'd be good for tonight, some hot food. But they'll also deliver your provisions. They'll help you get your trash taken away. They do free trash or complimentary trash pickup with all deliveries. Check them out. That's Anchor Eats. You can check out their website at getanchoreats.com or give them a call or text at 609-BOAT. Check out Anchor Eats, connecting land and water. All right, now's the time where I like to reach out to folks. I know it's cold, so most everybody's probably in their cabin, or hopefully they're out making preparations and getting everything ready for today's cold weather. But if you are out there and you can hear my voice and you'd like to check in this morning, right now it's the time for roll call. If you're listening and you'd like to let everybody hear you, please check in now.
Karen on Sailing Vessel Chloe.
Good morning, Karen, on the motor vessel or sailing vessel Chloe. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning this morning. at Sailing Vessel Chloe. Thank you very much for checking in this morning. I'm sure there's others out there listening to us this morning, and it is cold. It's not as cold as it's going to get, but it's cold, and I can understand we have more listeners than participants this morning. But right now, we'd like to conduct our forum, which is I'm going to ask you a couple questions. If there's anything you'd like to share or ask, please do so on the radio if you like. If not, all of this information is available on the St. Augustine Cruisers Network Facebook page, and then you can see any past broadcast. Anchor Eats actually records them and puts the broadcast on the Anchor Eats YouTube channel. So you can look, if you didn't catch all of the broadcast or you didn't catch a past broadcast, you can always check that out on the Anchor Eats YouTube channel. Normally, I like to give a lot of information about different products and services that we provide here in St. Augustine. But this morning, we're going to stick with storm preparation. We're going to talk about marinas more in our storm preparation and getting ready for this weather. If you do want to find out some valuable knowledge about different companies and products and services that are available here in the St. Augustine area, check out those past broadcasts where I've given information about that, and you can check that out on the Anchor Eats YouTube channel. Right now, is there anyone new to the area or just in the area that has any questions about products? They need any products or information about products or services while you're here in the St. Augustine area? If so, please let us know now. All right, is there anyone in the St. Augustine area trying to sell anything or donate anything or get rid of anything while you're here in the St. Augustine area that you'd like to share with the group? If so, please let us know now. And now it's a portion for the lost and found section. Has anybody lost anything or found anything that they'd like to announce to the group? Please do so now. And finally, this is our general announcement portion. Is there anyone out there that'd like to wish a happy birthday, happy anniversary, do any type of general announcement for the group? Please do so now. All right, this is going to wrap up our general, our roll call and open forum portion of this morning's broadcast. I'd like to thank everybody that participated, and want to let you know that you can find out any information or you can share any information. Check out that Facebook page, that St. Augustine Cruisers Network Facebook page, and you know, if you need anything, just reach out and let us know. But we're going to take a break now, and when we get back, we're going to have a little information about the weather and tides and current information. Please stand by.
There's some quick question on cruisers.
What's it say? Thinnest? What's that? Yeah. It's good that they're using it. We can I'll mention something. Cruisers, welcome back to the St. Augustine Cruisers Network broadcast. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning this morning in St. Augustine. It really is a magical city. I want to make you aware we do have weather coming. We have significant weather that's approaching the St. Augustine area. We're going to have strong winds and very extremely cold temperatures for the area. And that's going to start today around 3 o'clock. So be aware today the weather's going to change drastically starting around 3 o'clock. Now, St. Augustine's a wonderful location. It's a great little city. Its proximity of the inlet to the city makes it a popular destination for cruisers and boaters. And albeit we may not have many people traveling today, we are going to give you a little information about traveling. But with the proximity of the inlet to the city and the anchorage fields and the mooring fields, we get very strong currents here in St. Augustine. It's something that you need to focus on. It's very important when you're docking and when you're doing any kind of slow speed maneuvering around structure. That we have significant current here, so it's just very important that you're aware of it. And the easiest way to be aware of the currents is to know the tides. I know everybody that's on the water becomes their own weather person, but I do like to share the tidal information for the next couple days to help you kind of calibrate what you got going on. So right now we're going to go over the tidal information for the St. Augustine area, and I get this information from the usharbors.com website. Saturday today we had a high tide this morning at 7 o'clock, 7:08. We're going to have a low tide about midday at 1:32 p.m. And we're going to have a high tide again at 7:27 p.m. this evening. Tomorrow being February 1st, I can't believe January is already through. It's wild. Tomorrow, February 1st, you're going to have that high tide right before 8 o'clock. So you're going to see it. You early risers will see it tomorrow. That high tide around 7:59 to be exact. Then a low tide at 2:21 p.m. This is important. This low tide at 2:21 tomorrow. And then we're going to have another high tide at 8:20 tomorrow evening. But reason why that low tide tomorrow at 2:20 is so important, we're going to have 30 to 40 mile an hour winds blowing west. And that's going to be blowing the water out even more than the tide will take it out. So we're going to experience an extremely low tide tomorrow around 2:20. So wherever you're at, wherever you're docked or whatever you're doing, be aware. If the water's skinny where you're at, it's probably going to be really skinny tomorrow around 2:20. So just be aware that tomorrow's low tide has the potential to be very significant. So if you have sea strainers and stuff like that, just be aware of that kind of stuff. Then Monday, February 2nd, we're going to have a high tide at 8:47 in the morning and a low tide at 3:06 in the afternoon, and then another high tide at 9 o'clock that night on Monday. We're going to experience strong winds starting today at 3 o'clock, and then that is going to lead to cold temperatures. We normally don't have to worry about ice here, but I need to warn you, please be careful when you get up early in the morning walking on the dock or walking on the deck of your boat. You may have some ice up there, so I want everybody to be careful, not slip and fall. You know, we don't realize it, but as we get older, that's the thing that gets us on these boats. There's little falls, little slips, little mishaps. So use caution. Make sure you're careful the next 48 hours. We're going to have extremely cold temperatures and extremely strong winds. Our marine forecast, we just touched on it a little bit. The marine forecast is we are in a gale warning. That means it is here. They can't call it a hurricane warning because it's not hurricane season. So it's a gale warning, and it's in effect from this afternoon till Sunday afternoon. So starting this afternoon around 3 o'clock until tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be some strong winds. So Saturday, our offshore conditions, our marine forecast I get from NOAA, we're going to have northwest winds today, 20 to 25 miles an hour this morning, increasing to 30 to 40 knots by this evening. The seas are going to go from 2 to 4 feet this morning to 7 to 13 feet by this afternoon. And certain weathermen are calling it to be even larger. And believe it or not, they are forecasting possible snow flurries. If anybody gets any pictures of snow flurries, I beg you, I ask you, I implore, please snap a photo and put it on the St. Augustine Cruisers Network page. I would love to see some snow in St. Augustine. That'd be
I don't want to
funny.
see any snow.
But just be aware, those seas are going to be rough. The inland waterways are going to be extremely rough. Now is the time to prepare. You're not going to want to do any preparation when the winds are here. You need to get prepared now and hunker down and just ride out this storm. The winds are going to be very strong. There's a lot of little things you can do to prepare. We'll go over a little later. But Sunday, we're going to have northwest winds in that 30 to 35 mile an hour pretty much all day until the afternoon, and it's going to start diminishing down to 15 to 20 miles an hour. This is going to bring the seas down. Tomorrow the seas will be reduced to 6 to 10, and it'll be coming down to 4 to 8 feet by tomorrow night. Again, inland waterways are going to be extremely rough, and it's going to be very cold. We're going to have cold temperatures that are going to be in the just unheard of range for Florida. It's going to be cold, and that wind's going to be making it feel even colder. I cannot stress how important it is for you to stay safe and be careful out there. We are going to get some serious weather. Monday, the northwest winds will be 15 to 20, and it's going to diminish in the afternoon. The seas are still going to be up high, 5 to 7 feet with occasionally 9-foot sets. But the inshore conditions are going to go from extremely rough, which I've never seen it say extremely rough, and it's going to go to choppy. So on Monday, it's going to start slowly diminishing, but we're still going to have those cold temperatures. Tuesday, we're going to have west winds, 5 to 10. The seas are going to drop back down to a more favorable 2 to 4 feet. Again, still going to be cold though. That's so we're going to have rough winds and weather until about Tuesday. So just a heads up. And then just temperatures, so you can set your thermostats and know what we're about to deal with. We're going to have a high temperature today. It's going to be 55, and it's probably going to be right about now. And it's going to be going down all day long. Our low temperature for this evening is going to be 24 degrees. I said that right, 24 degrees. I'm from Florida. This is not normal. Our wind chills tonight are going to be in the 17 degrees. That's cold, cold, cold. So make your preparations now, because it'll be very tough to do it when it's really cold and windy. Sunday, our high is it's gonna be even colder Sunday as that front's through. Has already come through. The high tomorrow is gonna be 43 degrees with a low of 28 degrees with the wind chill 12 degrees tomorrow. So even colder. It's gonna feel even colder tomorrow. So make sure you're making your preparations today. Our Monday high temperature is going to be 53, and then we're going to have a low of 35 on Monday, so it's still cold. That wind chill's still going to feel like it's in the 20s. It's going to be chilly, so just be prepared. Then Tuesday, we're going to slowly start working our way back up to the 60s, but we're still going to have low temperatures in the high 30s and low 40s going into next week.
Brian, Gypsy 2 checking in.
Good morning. How you doing, Gypsy 2?
All right.
Hopefully you can stay warm, man. Get prepared. It's coming. All right, that's our weather update for today. We're going to go into a little bit of information about marinas and some preparation work that we can do, some ideas. We're going to take a little break, clear the channel, pour some coffee, and we'll be right back in a minute. Please stand by. Cruisers. I'm Brian Bliss with the Cruisers Network, coming to you live from the Motor Vessel Endurance this morning at the Concourse Marina. Hopefully everyone's having a magical, wonderful day here in St. Augustine. It's Saturday. Today's the day. Get out there this morning and enjoy or make your preparations, as we do have weather coming this afternoon. I want to give you a little bit of information about this weather coming, some ideas for preparation. I know a lot of folks that are here, they're used to dealing with hurricanes, but we do get visitors that come through that are long gone from here by hurricane season. So they're not used to this severe weather that we're going to have down here in the south. We are going to experience very strong winds. If this was summertime, they'd be talking about it like a tropical storm. Just because it's winter, they can't put that H word on it. So, but it is going to be significant. So I need you to get out there and prepare. Remember, when we have 30 to 40 knot sustained winds, that's going to pick things up off your deck of your boat and blow them into the water. And with the strong currents here and the rough conditions, it will be next to impossible to retrieve anything that blows in the water. So right now, I would be making preparations, securing your water cans, your fuel cans, your surfboards, your tender, everything that you have on the line, on the deck. Secure it so that way it won't become a missile and blow into the water or blow into someone else's boat. If you're moored at a dock, I would strongly suggest putting out your storm fenders and storm lines today. And then also look at your neighbor's boat and make sure that they don't have any projectiles that will blow into your boat and cause damage. Not only do we have the strong winds to deal with, we're going to have the cold temperatures, which is very different. It's different for me because usually we get strong winds, it's warm. Now you throw in the kicker of it being cold, and we have a whole nother thing to worry about. So a lot of our boaters and cruisers have their tenders. Remember, if you put your tender in the water here doesn't freeze. I know it feels cold now if you jumped in, but when it gets down to 12 degrees, when the wind chill's 12 degrees, that water is going to feel warm. So if you put your tender in the water, that's a way to help save the engine and your little outboard, your little kicker motor from water damage, from freeze damage, because it'll be submerged in the water. Just a little idea like that, but again, if you put your tender in the water, be aware that we're going to have strong winds. Make sure you have it tied up properly. And then most importantly, reach out and make friends with your neighbors. Connect with your neighbors, connect with the people around you. When this storm comes through, the people we have to rely on are our neighbors. It's the people right there next to you. It's the people going through the same thing you're going through. So take this time today to exchange telephone numbers, exchange a working channel that you guys can stand by on. That way, if you have any type of emergency, you actually have somebody that you can call to help. So use that time today to prepare yourself for this approaching weather. And then also reach out to your friends, reach out to the neighbors, reach out to people around you, let them know that you're okay. Basically file a sitting float plan. So that way, if after this weather's through, we can all check in and we can all make sure that everybody's safe and sound. And remember, if you need anything, reach out to us on any of the volunteers on the St. Augustine Cruisers Network page. Just be careful for this approaching weather. And then any marinas that are out there, I'd like to talk to the marinas right now. We have 3 huge marinas here in St. Augustine. There's several marinas that I won't be able to mention, but we have 3 major ones. And we're going to talk about them here in a little bit. But the people at these marinas, I need you to know today that we have severe weather coming in at 3 o'clock. And if some of these boaters and cruisers that are on the hook or in the mooring field, if they decide that they need to find a safe harbor and pull into a marina, I know a lot of your marinas, the check-in time is at 3 o'clock, but that's going to be too late. So I need you to dig deep this morning and just know that some of these boaters, they're going to be looking for places to go and get out of the weather, and they need safe dockage. They need a marina. They need somewhere to lay up to be safe. And if your check-in time isn't till 3 o'clock, well, you don't want them checking in the middle of this storm. So just, adjust your times accordingly today, and let's everybody cooperate and keep everyone safe in our boating family. Whether you're working at the marinas, whether you're on the boats, whether you're at a marina, wherever you are, let's all band together today and take care of each other, because this is why we have a boating family, is for weather that we have like today. Now I want to tell you about these 3 major marinas that are around town. They're great marinas. They're all full service marinas. They're very popular. A lot of you know them. They have transient dockage available. If you feel like you're going to have, it's going to be real bad and you want to do the safe thing and get to a marina, you can contact any one of these marinas. And then I'm going to let you know where the dinghy docks are. If you decide that you need to get off of your boat in case of an emergency, there are dinghy docks located all throughout St. Augustine, so that way you can get yourself out of the water. So first marina I want to talk about is Comanche Cove Marina. That's located over in the Volano Beach area. Comanche Cove is a full-service marina. They do transient dockage. They sell the gas, fuel, diesel. They have pump-out services. They have a hotel on site. There's a dinghy dock. You can use it as the marina, so they have plenty of dockage over there. There's also a free city dinghy dock that's located off the fishing pier over there. Be aware that that fishing pier is in, it's open to the current and the wind and everything. So if you do decide to go over there with your boat, make sure you tie it up properly. And also while you're at that dinghy dock, there's all kinds of hotels and shopping and stores and things for you to do that's over there in the Volano Beach area. You can gain access to that by using the dinghy dock that's off the fishing pier or by using the Comanche Cove Marina. Comanche Cove Marina monitors channel 6-8. Call those guys over there if you need anything. They're very professional. They are dredging the channel now, so if you're going to make your entrance over there, call them before you make the entrance so they can move the dredge. That's Comanche Cove and Volano Beach. You can call them on 6-8, or you also have that dinghy dock over there in Volano Beach. Just to let you know where that's at, that's to the north of the inlet. When you come in the inlet, this little town to the north, you see the little fixed bridge up there. Our next one of our big 3 marinas is the Conchouse Marina. That's the marina I'm broadcasting from today live. The Conchouse Marina is a great marina, full service marina. They provide transient dockage. They sell diesel, gas. They have a restaurant on site. They have a hotel on site. They have a tiki bar on site. They have a wonderful, knowledgeable staff that's there to help you. They have a cool vibe over here. But most importantly, it's a safe harbor. It's a place to tie up and to get out of the weather. And the Conchouse Marina monitors channel 6-9. So if you need to get out of the weather, you need an option for a marina, you have the Conchouse Marina. Check them out. They're up at Salt Run there. That's just south of the inlet. That's Conchouse Marina. They monitor channel 6-9. Also up that body of water, that's the Salt Run area. There is a dinghy dock that's located right underneath the lighthouse. It's over there. It serves the mooring field in the Salt Run area. So if you find yourself needing to get to land, there is a dinghy dock. It's right over there at the boat ramp, right by the St. Augustine Yacht Club, and it's right underneath the lighthouse. Also a cool way, it's an easy way to dock your tender over there and you can walk to the amphitheater today. It's pretty cool. Then next we're going to have the city marina, the St. Augustine Municipal Marina. Now this is the city's marina. They manage and maintain the mooring fields, the one at Salt Run, also the San Marco field, which is behind the fort, and also the Menendez field, which is back there behind the armory, south of the marina. The St. Augustine Municipal Marina has, there's a full service marina. It's the city's marina. They do a complimentary shuttle service that runs to the mooring field. They run that every day from 10 o'clock until 2 o'clock, and it runs every 2 hours. You need to call and schedule that if you want to use the shuttle service. That's channel 71 for the St. Augustine Municipal Marina. They also offer a daily dinghy pass, so if you need to get off your boat and out of the water, or if you just want to check out downtown, it is the doorstep to downtown. It's the daily dinghy pass that you can purchase from the St. Augustine Municipal Marina. A little information about the St. Augustine Municipal Marina. They are currently doing construction on the dinghy docks. So there, you'll see a barge that's in the center of the marina. They have made accommodations for dinghies to use slip 12 and 14, I believe. So it's not as deep down into the corner. You don't have to get up next to that barge there. You'll see the other dinghies there, and then the dinghy dock and the on the north end of the marina, which is between the bridge and the marina there, that is still closed. It's still taped off. You cannot use that. It should be open soon. So if you need to use the dinghy dock at St. Augustine City Marina, you're going to make the approach in the center of the marina. You'll see the barge there, and you'll see some slips to the right before the barge, or there is a couple if you go all the way around the barge up there by the ramp. There's a couple there as well. St. Augustine Municipal Marina also has a mobile pump out boat that they like to do in the mornings before they start running the shuttle. So if you need mobile pump out, they'll come right to you. You can call them up on channel 71. That's the municipal marina. And remember, when you're pulling into the municipal marina, it's a very busy place there. I highly suggest you give them a call on the radio before you get into the marina, because they got a lot of stuff going on, and if you call them up and let them know what you're doing, then they can make sure that they have adequate staff to help you dock up or whatever you need to help you out, especially with all that current down there at the city marina. Now also we have the Bridge of Lions. It's right there. The Bridge of Lions is the crown jewel of St. Augustine. It's a beautiful bridge. Most recognizable thing here in St. Augustine. The structure, sorry I didn't mean to say thing, but most recognizable structure here in St. Augustine. Now that bridge is on a schedule. They open up on the hour and on the half hour, and they stand by on channel 09. If you need the bridge, you call them on 09, and they open up on a schedule. Then there's a bridge south of here called Crescent Beach. It's about 15 miles south. That bridge also monitors 9, and they're on demand. There's lots of information about the anchor fields and mooring fields, and about the city, and about we have a little river up there, San Sebastian River. There's some safe dockage up there at the Cat's Paw Marina. They have a nice little dock up there. You can call the Cat's Paw Marina if you need to get up there and get out of the weather. But remember, all this information and more is available through the Anchor Eats YouTube page, where I've talked about some of these services more in the past. This morning I'm trying to focus more on our storm prep and our weather preparation. So those are our 3 big marinas. Well, 4 marinas around town. There's several marinas that you can choose from, but I cannot overemphasize, this morning is the time to prepare for the weather. It's going to be too late to do it after it gets here. So make your preparations and reach out to your neighbors. Let's all get connected, so that way if you need something, we can help each other out. I'm going to take a little break, and when we get back, we're going to have a blessing, and then we're going to close this morning's broadcast. Please stand by. Welcome back, cruisers and boaters in the St. Augustine area. Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning this morning in St. Augustine, Florida. Hopefully everybody's preparing for this weather that we have coming today. The weather should be here around 3 o'clock. And it's going to start being, we have wind forecasted to 30 to 40 knots. And then we also have really cold temperatures coming. I can't overemphasize how important it is for you to make preparations now and hunker down and be safe. And also remember to reach out to your neighbors and connect with people, so that way you have somebody to call in case of an emergency. Also remember that today we have the farmers market at the St. Augustine Amphitheater. If you have a musical instrument, bring it. super cool jam session. And check that out. It goes from 8:30 to 12:30 today. And that's at the St. Augustine Amphitheater. Remember, if you need help getting prepared today and ordering things or anything delivered, remember you can call Anchor Eats. And you can check out their Anchor Eats Facebook page. They actually run daily specials or weekly specials for the boating community. And then you can check out their YouTube channel to get caught up on any information that we share during the morning broadcast. And I can't overemphasize our boating family here in St. Augustine. It really is an important family, and it's family is what we need our family on days like today, where we're going to have like severe weather and it's just going to be bad out there. And that whether you're a sailor, a power boater, a fisherman, a kayaker, a recreational boater, or a commercial boater, we're all one big happy boating family. We're a boating community. So today is the day we bond together, and reach out to one another and make sure we help keep each other safe. If you need something, speak up and let people know. You can let your neighbors know, or you can let people know on the Facebook page. Just let us know. We want everybody to have a safe, wonderful time here in St. Augustine. I'd like to have a little blessing this morning. This is the Sailor's 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my pilot. I shall not go adrift. He lighteth my passage across dark waters. He steereth me through the deep waters. He keepeth my log. He guideth me by the evening star for my safety's sake. Yes, though I sail mid the thunders and tempest of life, I fear no peril, for thou art with me. Thy stars and heavens, they comfort me. The vastness of the sea upholds me. Surely fair winds and safe harbors shall be found all the days of my life, and I shall dock secure forever. Amen. Again, cruisers and boaters in our boating family, please stay safe today. Stay warm through these cold temperatures. Prepare through these strong winds. If you need something, reach out to our boating family. And remember to get out there, make wonderful memories while you're here in this beautiful city of St. Augustine. Be kind to others. Live proper. And remember, we live the lives that others dream of. We truly are blessed. I want everybody to have a wonderful day today in St. Augustine. Please prepare if weather. If we can help you at Anchor Eats, reach out to us and let us know. If be out there. If you're working at the marinas, be out there and cooperate with these folks trying to scramble and find dockage. Let's all band together. We can get through this nasty weather today, and we can all be safe. And we'll pop through it next week, and we'll be right back to Florida. So I want everybody to have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Right now is the general announcement portion. We're going to have a final announcement portion. Does anybody have anything they'd like to say before we close this morning's broadcast? Please do so now. All right, cruisers and boaters, thank you for all who joined in with us on our broadcast this morning. I hope everyone has a safe, wonderful day. Please be careful. Please be safe. Please hunker down and make your preparations now and enjoy this wonderful city. On behalf of myself, my name is Brian Bliss and Kelly Green this morning with Anchor Eats. We're broadcasting live for the St. Augustine Cruisers Network broadcast, and we're live from the Concourse Marina on board the Endurance this morning. I have nothing further. I hope everyone has a wonderful, safe day. Please be safe, please stay warm, and enjoy this wonderful city. Have a wonderful day. I got nothing further. I'm clear. Have a wonderful day. Get out there and enjoy.